I am super excited about today's episode. I am here with Beth, the VP here at MOOYAH Burger. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, we appreciate it.
MOOYAH Burger is obviously a tech-driven company.
The training never stops. We want to make sure that all of the team members be masters of what they do. We started in Plano, Texas in 2007 by a guy named Rich Hicks. We've got around 100 locations operating in 20 different states and then in the Middle East.
Middle East?
Yeah.
Wait, whoa. That is the States and the Middle East. How did we get there? Why? Talk to me about that. I'm super interested.
I mean, there were franchise opportunities out there that people were interested in, so they took them. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Can we go inside and check it out?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Oh my gosh. I mean, brand new. You guys got these kiosks here.
Yeah, so when the guest walks in, they can order from a kiosk or they can walk up to the register. All of our locations have a mural that is local because we like to make sure that we're keeping the feel of the community. But really, big open dining rooms that are designed to be comfortable.
Inviting, it's an open space. You start with seating,
right?
Opposed to start with the counter because, I mean, I can imagine when this is popping, there's a lot of fun energy in this space.
Right.
100%. Right. Can we take a peek in the kitchen?
Yeah, absolutely. We like our guests to be able to see into the kitchen. They can have a full view, but they can see what's going on and get a chance to engage with the team members as well.
Beautiful. You guys grew quite quickly. What were some of the, struggles and successes, of course, with the rapid growth in that franchising out that MOOYAH Burger got to see?
I mean, I think some of the struggles with growing that rapidly is just making sure that we are staying true to who we are and that we're creating a consistent product everywhere we go. The people are the core of this. So you've got to have the right operator in place to make sure that we can get a consistent product. The people part is probably the most challenging, making sure that we've got the right people in the right places doing the right things consistently. The successes with that is, we've got some really repeatable processes. We rely on our training to help replicate those processes everywhere we go.
You have been in the restaurant industry for quite some time. Tell me your journey and how you found MOOYAH Burger.
I started working in restaurants in high school, so several years ago, and got into it because I love the hospitality part of it. I got into restaurant management, was working with full service, have worked for several different concepts, and found my way to MOOYAH a little over 7 years ago. And it was really the best decision I've made in my career.
Wow.
So this is our first drive-thru location. So this kitchen is a little bit wider than what you might see at other locations. It's also double-sided, and that gives us an opportunity to make sure that we can keep organized and keep the flow efficient and fast.
Right.
So everything starts down here at the grill. This is unique to our drive-thru locations. This is our clamshell grill, but it allows us to cut 2 minutes off of the cook time on the burgers, but still keep the same sear flavor.
So you're cooking from both ends, from top and bottom at the simultaneously.
We are.
Wow. So you do not want your hand right there.
No, don't do that. That's a terrible idea.
Terrible idea. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of these screens, a lot of technology here in the kitchen. Can you talk to me how that is, such an integrated part of MOOYAH?
Yeah, this part's important. The grill has their screen, the build station has their screen, the fry station has their screen, and then we've got one down at the bottom, right? So this allows us to make sure that our timing is right at every single station so that we can make sure that our food is hot and fresh and prepared together that goes out to the guests.
Of course. How do you maintain that high speed with these options to customize your burger, your food?
I mean, part of that's technology as well. You can make a burger a million different ways. A guest can literally create whatever their heart desires, right?
Yeah.
But being able to get that right and get it right fast is critical as well. So we've got a KDS system in the kitchen, and all of our ingredients are, show up on that KDS screen as modifiers. So everything is printed on the ticket and shows up on the screen in the order that it needs to be built, so there's no guesswork involved.
Beth, remind me, what am I looking at right now? This looks incredible.
Yeah, this is a lot of food. These are our loaded fries. So again, our hand-cut fries topped with our green chili queso, bacon, and jalapenos.
I mean, it smells so good.
They are good.
I'm excited to try this. What am I looking at right here?
This is our hamburger dog, and to me, this is our most fun and indulgent burger. So it is a smash patty topped with cheddar cheese, hot dog, and then onion string. It's got some ketchup in there. And then you look at these buns, we bake these in-house every single day. So
you bake these potato buns in-house every day?
We do, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We do. It makes the burger. This is what we are known for. This is our MOOYAH double cheeseburger. 2 certified Angus beef patties smashed. It's got our MOOYAH sauce, double American cheese, lettuce, tomatoes. It's a good burger. And then this, we've got our paleo, which has an iceberg lettuce bun.
What does great leadership, especially like in a rush in the back of the kitchen, look like at MOOYAH Burger?
You've got to be able to be calm, even if the shift is chaotic, because the team is looking at you for stability and what to do. Again, somebody who comes to the shift prepared with goals. You know, how many people are they going to wow that day? How are we going to make sure that we get every single burger out hot, fresh, you know, within our time standards and to quality standards? So somebody that's setting goals ahead of the shift and that is able to be calm in the face of craziness. We live and breathe by, it's called the critical path. So essentially it's a checklist. And there are timelines and time frames for everything that needs to be done. Even to the smallest thing, like setting up the internet, for example. There's a lot that goes into opening up a restaurant. And if we don't get things done in order and on time, we're going to miss deadlines, which ends up costing everybody a lot of money and a lot of success. So, you know, we're disciplined in the communication that we have with the restaurants that are opening, with their operators. How many team members have they hired? Do they have everything needed to be able to get their restaurant open on time and successfully?
That communication between like the GM having those plans and then of course the employees, the cooks, the front of house. How important is that relationship between that GM and the rest of the team?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, the communication is critical because if they're not setting goals, they're not going to be able to hit them. But the team also has to have somebody that is leading the ship that they trust, that they know is going to have their back and that they know is going to help get them through whatever happens that day. We want in our drive-through locations from start to finish, 3 minutes and 30 seconds from the time that the ticket comes in to the time it's done.
3 minutes, 30 seconds.
3 minutes, 30 seconds.
That is the time to beat.
We'll have anywhere from 4 to 6 people
working back.
Yeah.
Wow. Obviously, this being the first drive-through location and kind of the guinea pig, if you will, what are some of the business differences between this and a previous location?
I think our mindset had to shift to speed, right? Our guests want it right, which is super important. They still want it hot and fresh, which is super important, but they don't have time to wait. And, you know, if we're not on it with speed of service, then, you know, it backs up the line. So that's really the critical piece. But, you know, we're seeing 30+% come through the drive-through. So it's just another avenue of business. And this was our first drive-through. So we were nervous about, you know, hey, what is this going to do? Because everything's theoretical until you put it into practice,
Of
right?
course.
But really, it's just another section of the business. So we have an opportunity to serve a different, you know, part of the population that doesn't want to get out of their car. It was important to us, too, to make sure that we didn't lose who we were when we added the drive-through. So we're not hot holding anything. Everything, even if it's coming through the drive-through, is all made to order. It's fresh.
I mean, there's no, we saw it. There's no hot holding at all. You're talking about these fries that are piping hot, ready to go, that crispy exterior. I think that is such a telltale. Whether a fry is sitting or not is that crispy exterior. Okay, this is really smelling too wonderful not to keep going. So where should we go next? Should we try, I think we gotta go.
Yeah, try the hamburger dog.
I think we gotta do it.
You do.
Here we go. Cheers. Hamburger and hot dog is so good.
It's fun, and it's really fun to put on social media.
Oh, totally. It is definitely picture worthy. And the integration into the dine-in as well, like that communication definitely has to be on par with the rest of the speed of the team.
We do, because if it suffers out here, it suffers at the drive-through window too. So it's all got to be seamless and ties together.
keeping on the subject of the drive-thru specifically, on a busy day, what are some of the things that your operators are looking for to make sure, or that reassure them that everything is running smoothly and the drive-thru is being, as successful as it needs to be?
I mean, they're looking at the time clock that's at the drive-thru window to constantly check our times. They're looking at the grill to count and see how many burgers are down. They're looking at how many orders we have on the screen at build, just to make sure that every station is maintaining the times. They can spot pretty quickly if there's a wrench in a plan. You can see it by a team member's face if things are starting to get hairy, and then they jump in where they need to.
Wow. So that operator's got to know everybody's job as well as that person, right?
They do.
So that kind of is going back to the training aspect of MOOYAH. Bringing on that operator, obviously you guys deal with a lot of these franchisees and, interviewing the operator as well as the franchisee. What does that training look like to become an operator, kind of first swing at things?
They have to know every single position inside and out, right? And they also have to know the technology and, how to forecast, what they need to prep, all of the things. So their training's more robust because they've also got to go out there and train their team members consistently.
What would the timeline look like for an operator's training, to from start to finish kind of thing?
We bring the operators to this location and one of our other corporate locations, and we train them for 2 weeks prior to them hiring their team or their restaurant opening. And then we send our trainers to their location.
Wow.
And we do another week of training with the operators and the team members.
Wow. That's, again, thorough, robust program. That's why you guys are known for it. Beth, talk to me about the training program here at MOOYAH Burger. It is known to be such a strong training program with station mastery and, that real world execution and consistency. Why is it such a strong program?
I think it's because it's ongoing. So we've got a phenomenal training department that works side by side and hands-on with the managers of the locations to make sure that they are certified to be able to train their people. And then when we do a new restaurant opening, they're working side by side with the managers and the trainers as well. We use an LMS system, so everything's digital. We can go in and we can see, when new team members are taking their tests, what they're looking at and reading. They can engage with each other on this platform. But then we've got our operations team that is in our restaurants every single quarter. So the training never stops. We want to make sure that all of the team members know every single position so that they can all be masters of what they do.
Okay, I got to try the famous MOOYAH double cheeseburger.
MDC.
Bam. Here we go. Cheers again.
Cheers.
Oh my goodness. That MOOYAH sauce, that's really lovely.
It's creamy and tangy, mayo based with some vinegar and, the pickle crunch.
It definitely, you get that sweet, you get that sour, that tanginess that you're talking about. It's really good with that cheese too. It's really a nice blend.
It's a good combo.
Now that bun, let's talk about that bun. Incredible. Perfect. Got that crispy butter kind of toasted.
And then it's soft.
And then it's soft and pillowy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What are the things that MOOYAH looks for in a new operator?
So they have to have experience. They have to be willing and able to put in the time. They have to be well connected, and they've got to be able to roll up their sleeves and do whatever it takes to get it done. So a lot of it's an attitude that's not trainable. I am Beth Stockmoe with MOOYAH, and really honored and appreciate the Restaurant Association allowing us to do this interview. It's just such a cool segment that gets restaurants just across the industry together to share best practices, talk about what's working and what's not working, and we were really privileged to do this. So if you're looking to join the Restaurant Association, it's free. The value is immeasurable. Reach out to restaurantassociation.com.
So you talked about the consistency, kind of in that being very much at the forefront of, scaling and maintaining that consistency. How do you maintain that consistency with these fresh cut fries every day? I think that's a really interesting thing, especially at your guys' size, to have to have that quality at the forefront and make sure that that's there every single day?
So a lot of this is getting really good at the mundane and being methodical about it. We've got to do line checks every single day. We've got to follow recipes. We've got to follow time standards. You've got to be willing to take a look at something, know it's not right, and throw it away and start over. So fries, for example, it is it's an art, not a science. We get potatoes in that may have more sugar content than the last batch of potatoes that we got in, and they're going to have to be, cooked at a lower temperature longer. We've got systems that show, hey, this is the color it looks like when it's right. This is the texture it looks like when it's right.
Wow.
So they've got to be able to, be high on their standards with that. Some of the other things that we do to make sure that we're consistent, for fries again, for example, we use the same farm for all of our potatoes throughout the system. And which means that we know that if a restaurant has a potato that has a higher sugar content that needs another process, the entire system is going to have to follow that same process, versus if we went to multiple suppliers, we'd have to, it's almost like a hunt and peck on how we're going to follow that process. So there's things like that we put into place to make sure that, we can get the same quality, here as in we do, in New England.
Right. So you kind of going to these systems, you talk a lot about these systems. How are these systems developed, one, and two, how do they kind of change with the time? Like, as time moves forward, how do these systems kind of evolve, if you will?
Yeah. So, the systems, all restaurants use systems, for time and temp and, following recipes and whatnot. We do that at our home office. And, my team is responsible for a lot of that because we're out there in the field, we're hearing from the operators. But we listen to our franchisees a lot. Sometimes the people that are in the restaurant, or most of the time, people that are in the restaurant day in, day out, come up with easier, better ways of getting the same result out of a different product. So we listen and we tweak. It's easier now to be able to add a system or edit a system because we've got technology and we can use our LMS system. And we've got email and systems where we communicate with all of our people at once.
Talk to me about the brand of MOOYAH, what you guys represent, what you guys hold, true to the core of MOOYAH Burger.
We like to have fun and we don't take ourselves too seriously, but we're really serious about our food. I would put our burger above anybody else, and our fries and our shakes. So we're really about quality and, having a good time while we're doing it, which I think is super critical for our culture and why we're able to replicate this across other restaurants.
What excites you about the future of MOOYAH Burger and the brand of MOOYAH Burger and where it's headed?
I want to get this burger in as many different mouths as we can just across America. So the exciting thing right now is just our growth.
Yeah.
We had a good year with growth last year. We had opened up 9. We're going to open up another 8 this year. But, the more that we can spread this food across the country, that's exciting to me.
Talking about franchising, going that way a little bit, what are some of the things, if I was someone that was like, hey, I want to buy into this franchise, MOOYAH, I really like you all are doing here, what would that process look like between us having a conversation and opening that store?
So the first thing, we want to make sure that this is a fit for that franchisee and that it's a fit for us.
Right.
It's super important that, whoever we bring on board and allow on our team is going to be successful, right? It's important for them. It's important for us. Mm-hmm. So, we bring them in to Dallas and have them meet our team where they get to ask us as many questions as they want. And we ask them a lot of questions as well, because, we've got to make sure that this is going to work for both of us. Right. They look at the FDD. If we both agree and sign on, they work with our development team on, selecting a site. And we go from there. We start working the critical path on getting that restaurant open.
MOOYAH Burger is obviously a tech-driven company. You have it in the training programs, you have the kiosks, the digital display menus, and all throughout. How does MOOYAH Burger stay so technologically advanced here in the restaurant industry? And how is it an adoption into the workflow instead of just like an installation
with the technology, we determine what we're going to use if it's going to have a positive impact to our key results. So it's got to positively impact sales, which, our kiosks do, our digital menus do. It's got to have a positive impact on profit, which our back office system does, and, our KDS system does. It's got to be a benefit for the team member, and it's got to be a benefit for the guest. So that's kind of the baseline we use to be able to select the technology.
Yeah, determine whether it's worth it or not. Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, as far as adoption goes, we haven't necessarily had an issue with people adopting technology because they see the benefit of it. And when, we're using the selection of, the key results we're looking for with sales, guest, team, and profit, they're going to get those wins from it. So it's a seamless adoption.
Oh, wonderful.
And the operator that is going to be running the restaurant is the brand. So it has to be the right operator before anything else, because that will determine the success of everything. They've got to be gritty. They've got to know their market. They've got to be willing and able to get out there and draw in the community. But having the right operator in the restaurant determines if it's going to be successful or if it's not. So if you don't have the right operator, it's a hard pass.
So Beth, I see that you guys do catering here at MOOYAH. Tell me a little bit about that and how long that's kind of been in place.
Yeah, we've always done catering, but it's huge. We do something called a burger box, where we can, set up different ways for the guests to be able to build their own burgers in their offices. We also do bag lunches, but we love supporting the community. Schools, hospitals, car dealerships.
Yeah, just events, right? I could imagine that being a really big hit if I was in high school, after a game or something like that, having those burger boxes. That sounds sweet. Can you talk to me about like some of the sales, like the numbers and sales in terms of like catering percentages versus kind of dine-in or drive-thru?
Yeah, catering's a smaller part of the business. The ones that are good at it, 3% or so, but the ones that are actively out there pursuing catering, it can be up to 10% of sales.
Wow.
Which is huge.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Nothing to laugh at by any means.
Right.
Okay. I'm as we speak, I think I see a catering going out right now.
You do.
So check that out. What does the future of MOOYAH Burger look like? Another 100 locations or what are you guys looking at?
Yeah, we'd love to get another 100, 150 locations going. We definitely have more room to grow in Texas. Oklahoma is an untapped area for us. We'd love to get in there, but I mentioned this earlier. We want to get our burger in as many mouths as possible across the country.
20 states, again, nothing to laugh at. 100 locations, absolutely nothing to laugh at. That is no easy feat. Thank you so very much for having me here today and taking us behind the scenes of MOOYAH Burger and introducing me to some fantastic food.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
I loved it.
Appreciate you. All right, everybody. So we're gonna go through the drive-thru here. We talked so much about this drive-thru. I am excited to experience it. Look at that. Digital display. Hello, could I please get a mint chocolate chip shake?
Yeah, we're fine.
We'll go the Big Moo.
Big Moo mint chocolate chip. Anything else I can get for you today?
That should do it.
All right, it's going to be 7:50 seconds for you right up that window.
Thank you. Excited about this. Oh, Beth. Hey, you really do it all, don't you?
There you go.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. Wonderful. Well, thank you.
Enjoy.
Have a wonderful rest of the day.
You too.
We got this mint chocolate chip shake. We got to try it. It looks phenomenal. Look at all this bit of chocolate in here. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of CHOMP, brought to you by the Restaurant Association. I'm your host, Sebastian Kahn, and it's been my absolute honor to introduce you to Beth. I hope you guys learned something fantastic from her. She was truly so kind. She welcomed me in. She helped me out. She gave me some fantastic food, and she made me this mint chocolate chip shake. So let's give it a try. Oh my gosh. That right there, fantastic. Beth had mentioned, you know, that real ingredients, that fresh quality, real ice cream, milkshake. Can't beat it. We're here, Frisco, Texas. Fantastic time, fantastic episode, but it was brought to you by the Restaurant Association. Definitely go check out restaurantassociation.com. Sign up, it's free. The membership is free. Stay connected with the restaurant industry, stay connected with like-minded individuals, and, you know, stay up to date with CHOMP and me. And if maybe one day your restaurant can be featured on CHOMP, so definitely stay tuned for that. Guys, again, my name's Sebastian Kahn, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.